My life is a whirlwind of fun at the moment, viewers. You wouldn't believe. Let's run the intro. Let's talk about it a little bit, and let's play some football matches on Football Manager. We're here for a good time. Thanks everybody. Thanks everyone. Here we go then, viewers. Welcome back to another episode of AFC Thames with me, DoctorBenjyFM. You've noticed the gap in between. For what is going on? Had a doctor's appointment at the end of last week. Couldn't breathe. I'm on loads of medication. I'm just a mess. Every few days, something new pops up. It's great. Antibiotics and me. I mean, we're best friends. We're family at this point. Me and antibiotics. And today, as you watch this, it's Doug's birthday, and it's my birthday tomorrow. So, a good time to be spending time with the family. No, we're doing this. Hi, everyone. We've got one from the top, one from the bottom, Carol. So, we're playing Nottingham Forest and Manchester United today, and we've played a run of games, as you can see there, since we last met, and Joseph Abo has been scoring goals. Of course, the conversation we had last time we met was, what do we do with Abo? Where do we play him? How do we involve him? And the solution, if you could call it a solution to the problem, is to play him in central midfield. You can see there, 7 appearances, 4 goals, and seemingly doing a little better in the centre of our midfield, playing as that attacking Mazzala with sort of a makeup of different midfielders, depending on what we need game to game. So we're pretty happy with how things are going. In fact, I'd say we've had quite a few fitness issues. We'll go through the team today before we play Forest and conclude if this is the lineup, because I'm looking at it here. I don't necessarily think it is, although we've got a conversation between Ishmael and Trout. Which one starts? It's difficult. Ishmael's had a very good recent time of recent late, and Trout really hasn't. Started the season pretty well, and then it's not fallen off, but again, hasn't been quite as consistent in goal scoring as Ishmael has. So I think we go with him. And is this the end of the Trout loving? I hope not. In wide areas, Agonovic and Randrup obviously start for us. It's this central area which becomes quite interesting. I think we probably stick with what we've got right now. Salatiel playing in a slightly deeper role seems to be working for him a little better. He sort of gets to dictate the game with the 2 Mazzalas in front of him, rushing forward, creating a real spread. The double Mazzala in midfield is something I've been doing a lot recently on Football Manager, and I really like it. So I'm sticking with that for now. Casey at right back, or do we bring back Gill? I think you probably bring back Gill. He's a better right back. Of course, there is that connection between Casey on that right side, but Gill's got it as well. Eddie Elso at left back seems to make sense to me, and then you've got Pintado there. Do you bring Braziz back in, or do you have Mandalena playing there? I think Braziz probably comes back in as well. And that, viewers, pretty much puts us at full strength. Why, when you change players there, do just the green change? We'll never know. Let's hope it's better for next season, or next year, I should say, FM22. Any news? No news. Okay, let's get into this then. Forest is our first game. If you take a look at the league table, we currently sit in 3rd place. A recent defeat to Newcastle has left us a little way off Manchester United, but we play them after we've played Forest, who are currently in the bottom 3. So let's see how we get on in this game. Are Thames back, viewers? I do hope so. I hope you had a nice bank holiday. It's just life's been fun. If you've been watching a lot recently, you'll have known the trials and tribulations of my last couple of months, and everyone's got problems, right? Not just me, so don't feel overly sorry for me, but it's just been difficult. It's just been hard. I'm just trying to get stuff done, and nothing's getting done. As soon as the next FM's announced, then everything will be fine, because we'll all know where we stand in the world. Who do I think is going to win the Ballon d'Or? None of my players, no comment. Okay, here we go then. Forest are in the red and white. Don't get confused. That is their traditional gear. I got a pitch on this left-hand side. And of course, today then, we'll keep a close eye on Abo. You can see straight away as we run forward on the left-hand side, he's right in there. I'm gonna back him to score here. Ball played in. Is he gonna be the guy? We've lost the ball. I was so excited for the cross that I then got distracted and it didn't even happen. But yeah, let's see then how this midfield duo works. Because they're playing as Mazzalas, they do work slightly wider. There's Abo though, running a little wide, shot on goal. That's kind of what we're looking for him to do. Be on the ball as much as possible as the attacking Mazzala. He'll be in the penalty area far more, and of course he'll drive with the ball that little bit more as well. I think when you've got a player like him playing the attacking midfield role, doesn't work this year. I've used so many different things to try and make it work. I think the only time I find it works if you use it offset against another striker when there's a winger on the other side, if that makes sense. So you play him just off the centre line, as Ishmael has cannoned it off the bar. It doesn't count. It was magical though to watch. That's the only time I can seemingly get it to work, but it's not overly consistent. You can see there then we are battling with Thames, with Liverpool. Leicester have forced their way back in. Maybe it's a miracle season for them once again, but we've got to try and keep pace with United, who currently play at home to Arsenal. This this game so far, away from home, as it has been quite passive. I do like to start balanced away from home. I feel like often we go attacking in games and get beat. I feel like that's definitely what happened against Newcastle. So I'm keen to avoid that from now on. But of course, having Trout on the bench as well, actually, isn't too bad at all. As RodeNT gets involved, and there's a bow. Now, look, we know with his ability, he can do magical things. The back heel gets it back from RodeNT. He's got options in the centre. It's a good challenge, if you ask me. Gill then plays it back across. Agonovic, Fernandez. Oh, it's got to be a goal, is it? RodeNT puts it in. A little unconventional. The pass to RodeNT here, by the way, by Fernandez is weird. Like, I didn't expect it to happen like that. As I want to watch this again, really, because it looks like he should be offside, I think, when the ball goes into him, comes to the edge of the penalty area, and as it's sort of floated back in, RodeNT's movement is either fantastic. The fact he knows the ball's coming without looking behind him, the shout must have been phenomenal, viewers. That's the only thing we can assume, right? Thames 1, Nottingham Forest 0. And that's where you kind of want us to be. Leading at half-time. Now we get to manage the game a little bit, hopefully anyway. We don't have to change too much, fortunately. But the win here, of course, going to be really important as Forest will have had a team talk. And now they're racing forward as AAS races in a goal. And our two defenders there look so far from world-class. It's embarrassing. And Forest have equalised immediately. I don't really know. There's two of you there, boys. That should be enough. Burries puts the first challenge in, if you can call it that. Then a missed slide challenge. I'm going to tell you this, viewers, because I think it's fine to say in August, just August, because there's not long left of the game. I've been playing a network game for about 4 seasons, right? And we've noticed in the network game that when missed slide challenges, I'm going to ruin Football Manager for you here, I can only apologise. When missed slide challenges happen by your defender, 90% of the time, it will result in a goal. Now, of course, you're watching in key highlights, usually, I suspect. That'll be a major factor in all of that. But we've noticed it, and I feel like it's fine to mention it now. If I've ruined the final month of your Football Manager enjoyment, I'm sorry, but it happens a lot. And again, we're putting it about 90%. It's not scientific, but that's what it feels like as the ball is cleared away. So if we see Forest make a failed slide challenge, or we ourselves make one, panic, viewers. That's all I can say to you guys. Slide in, boys. I kind of want it at this point. Agonovic, how's that not gone in? I don't know. I think he's offside anyway. But yeah, it's just a theory. It's not based on fact. So if you know what Football Manager is watching, don't worry, it probably isn't true. There's not long left to go here, and we're drawing with Forest, and I'm just sitting here chatting away. My solution here, viewers, which is an awful solution, is to move Salatiel up and to bring in the main man, Melon, to play in a role that doesn't work. So we're going to see if the final 2 minutes we can force a goal. We absolutely should have got attacking earlier than this, try to up the tempo, put a bit more pressure on, and instead we've dropped points because I've been talking about magical theories, sounding like a mental case. And I've drawn 1-1. We now play Manchester United, who are top of the league. And of course, our objective is to win the league. I'm not as confident as I was about 10 minutes ago. Still third, but look at that. The points gap there is getting quite big. How have Leicester got there, by the way? +4 goal difference. What is happening this season? Oh, good. Look at the state. What do you need after? Should have rested them. Forgot to rest them. It's the trials and tribulations of management, viewers. Look at the state of this. So what do you need after a disappointing away draw against Nottingham Forest? Do you want to play the league leaders away from home with a side that just isn't fit to play? That's what I'd have wanted. So let's see how we can maybe fix this. I mean, unfortunately for us, our squad depth is so much better than it used to be that I do feel a little bit more confident in the changes that we end up having to make. I'm noticing here, though, I mean, look, I'm noticing there Bo needs to be rested and doesn't have the fitness. If he thinks he's not going to play, he's living in dreamland. Melon on the right-hand side kind of works. I think Trout is probably a better fit for the kind of player we need there. I'm risking Salatiel, Abo, and Agonovic because I just think they're better players, basically, and I think that's probably fine. The rest of them, though, yeah, there are some issues here. We've already got a few injuries that are causing us a problem. I don't feel confident, viewers. That's how I feel at the moment. Let's just see how we get on. I'm sure it's going to be great. Good luck, everyone. This is going to be fine. All right, away at Old Trafford, we basically need to upset everything. Bridge is, as we talked about before, right, is a massive player for them. 12 and 21, not an amazing goal scoring record, but in terms of just like ability, he is all over every player we've got. Like, as are quite a few of their boys. As you'd imagine, right, these boys have been established Premier League sides for a long time. The question is, are AFC Thames battling, and we'll talk about it at the end of the episode, actually, our Champions League performance so far. Are Thames going to be battling for league titles this season, or are we going to be settling for top 4? I think I've just answered the question. We're going to settle for top 4. Wonderson has banged one in. I think United are going to run away with this. And they've not been a dominant force throughout sort of the 20 years of this save. They've definitely ebbed and flowed a little bit. But it seems as if, from this season anyway, as this goal is, that's a really good finish. Jordi doesn't really get close enough. It seems as if they're going to be the team that we're going to have to oust, right? You look at where Manchester City are at the moment. You look at where Chelsea and Tottenham are. Liverpool definitely certainly seem around there. But maybe Thames FC and Manchester United are the two sides that we have to be most aware of. I don't know whether we should fight fire with fire here and just try and attack them back rather than sort of sit and let them do whatever they want. We're 2-0 down now. This is either going to end 5-0 or we're going to battle back. I'm going to go attacking, and we are going to change a few things to make ourselves a little bit more aggressive with how we play. Our line is going to be slightly higher from now, I think. I'm going to try and distribute the ball a lot quicker to Ishmael over the top when we get the opportunity to. They're just two changes I'm going to make. I don't feel massively confident about a game where we are away at Old Trafford and already 2-0 down after 20 minutes. I feel like I fixed the Abo problem. I feel like we now have another one. The two Mazzalas in this system, by the way, might not be good against the United side that are trying to control things. Although if we score here, Abo's had a big chance. Because, of course, when we're with the ball, they're spreading slightly wider. When we lose the ball, there is then a bigger gap in midfield for Salatiel, who's playing at the base of that, to control. It's Football Manager as is football, right? It's pros and cons. I'm willing to take the risk offensively, knowing that it might leave us slightly exposed at the back. More often than not, as the season has suggested, we are winning. So it's not like it's happening every single time, but maybe you do have to be a little bit cuter, a little smarter in these types of games. As Abo there is going to get that goal. It's the 6th of the season. It was whipped centrally, and then it went through the goalkeeper. So we've got ourselves a goal back just before half-time. Maybe the season isn't over just yet, viewers, as Jordi into Abo. This is such a weird finish. I mean, the keeper's starting position is baffling. He moves to the left. Abo thinks there's a massive space. There isn't, and it goes in anyway. Very, very strange. Oh, dear. Oh, okay. Agonovic fires one forward towards Ishmael, heads it on to himself, really. And it's going to be picked up by Sadio Mane, who's playing at the back there for United. I suspect it's probably not him. It's probably a new footballer. In fact, it certainly is. As a challenge there wouldn't go amiss, boys. Okay, they've flicked it forward. And it's a good save by Knee, with, I think, his knee. 2-1 down. A half to go. I'm just debating whether there's anything else we can change. Of course, there is the tiredness issue that runs through our side right now. Performance-wise as well, Trout's not having his best game. I'm going to, again, make a subtle change to try and get the most out of the boys up front. Trout's going to come in and play advanced forward off the shoulder of a now poacher version of Ishmael. This is a tactic I've used very much in online play against real people. Abo's obviously going to use that width out there. Agonovic is going to be sort of part of a 3, it will feel like, and Ngassam's going to fill spaces too. I am concerned about the fitness of Abo and Salatiel, but I guess if there's a game to risk it, it's probably a game against Manchester United where you're not that far away. Free kick though to United as the ball's pulled back, and that player is always unmarked in every game. It doesn't happen every time. That's why I'm annoyed about it. But sometimes with free kicks, players are just completely unmarked at that front post. And the AI go, well, I'm going to give it to the person who's not marked. And that, to be fair to them, that is obvious, but it's very annoying. Let's try and encourage our boys as Thames are leading. City, again, listen, it doesn't matter that City are leading, really. Liverpool are a goal down, though, as we've got a corner. As can this combination work again? Abo gets it back. We've seen it once before. Pulls it all the way back across the case. Run over to it. It's kicking. It's in the goal, you fool. Back to Ngassam. Oh, it's got to be. Oh, my word. That was a lifetime watching the ball go across the penalty area. Goodness gracious me. As a few suggestions are being made now. Melon maybe for Abo. I mean, he's tired and he's struggling, but we're in a position where, oh my word, I mean, he really is struggling. As Ngassam's in danger of being booked. We could actually make a change here. We could get maybe Agonovic off for Randrup and just change the side in which this is happening on. It doesn't matter quite so much. There's a bit more of an overload on the right-hand side with Abo now. I'm risking Abo not getting injured. Oh, my goodness me. That would have been a chance. Salatiel at the defensive midfield spot right now. not having his best time. So Paki McCarthy's going to come on. We're not going to play two Mazzalas isolated on their own. That's not going to work. We'll play one as a defensive supportive player. A bow will make less attacking in the Mazzala role, and we'll just put these two boys up front. And we'll see then in the final 13 minutes, going that little bit more attacking. We've certainly been better attacking. They've not had nearly as many opportunities, it feels like. Sometimes you can just force teams back by being more aggressive. The time is ticking away. 5 minutes to go. 4 minutes to go. Blimey. Do you make just one more change, or do you know what? I'm going to trust in the boys here. I'm going to ask them to slow it down a little bit, and we'll just see if there's one more chance. Paki McCarthy's now injured. Fantastic. Melon's going to come on. Him and Randrup can swap sides, just so he's a bit more natural. As the time then... Please? Is this where the game is giving me a false highlight at the end with false hope? Because right now, viewers, I feel alive. We've given the ball away. And I suspect United now are going to see this out unless there's a moment. They're just keeping the ball quite slowly. This is, again, advised AI. I like the fact you're doing this, but at the same time, hating every second of it. They're forward into my penalty area. Pull back across. It's got to be, and it is. There was a final goal, viewers. It didn't go our way, and of course, if it was going to be one man, it's going to be Keenan Bridge. Just to remind you, Keenan Bridge, very good striker. He's the striker version of a bow. He's got a 20, which you'd love to see. United then are going to seal this one. We are 10 points off, and actually, this was quite a good episode, really, because it's given us an indication that that's not what we're fighting for this season. We're not fighting for a league title, and I'd had my doubts already, to be honest. There'd been a few draws and again a recent defeat to Newcastle. We started the season quite well, but of course we're battling this with the Champions League places, and that's where I want to come to next. We'll have a little chat and a rundown and talk about how we're doing in that competition. Tomorrow's episode may well be Sporting Southampton, actually, but you can see there, qualified already, but I'd love to be top of the group, and if we can beat Sporting, that's what we'll get, and then of course that will lead us to the draw for the next round and things like that, so that could be very exciting. The Champions League has gone well so far. Again, qualification is secure. The league, it's a little bit more difficult. In fact, we'll use the competition screen as it's meant to be. It's just frustrating because I feel like we are definitely contending for those top spaces, but that league title, it just feels like it's not quite in grasp. Again, you look at some of those games we've dropped points in, defeats to Liverpool early on, defeats to Sheffield United, defeat to Newcastle to sort of top and tail November, and that draw against Leicester, of course, is frustrating as well. It's just one of them. And then these recent games, it actually looks like quite a poor run of form now. That draw to Forest is a bit of a killer. Yeah, difficult, and you can see there, our run of games there, it doesn't look particularly easy either, does it? So, it's all fun at the fair. All right, it's good to be back. Sorry for the delay in videos again. I'm just having one of those lives. I'll see you soon, though. With love, with care. It's been just next time. If you enjoyed it, make sure you drop a like on it. See some more. I should be back tomorrow on my birthday. See you soon, everybody. Goodbye. Time to go and tell Doug that he's got too old too quickly and those sorts of things. All right, okay. Bye, everyone.